Mr Speaker.
Chris Bishop.
Well, it was a disappointing budget from a government that is disappointing New Zealanders. And there is no better demonstration than the vaccine rollout, the COVID-19 vaccination program. New Zealanders will remember that in December last year we were told by Minister Hipkins, New Zealand's at the front of the queue. And everyone got very excited, and the Prime Minister said that 2021 was going to be the year of the vaccine. Well, it's the year of the no-show. It's the year of the lack of delivery of the vaccine rollout, because here we are on the 1st of June, about to become halfway through the year, and where is New Zealand? We're not at the front of the queue. We are the second slowest in the OECD. We are 115th in the world for the vaccine rollout. And New Zealanders look across at Australia, where the government's in political trouble because of the slowness of the vaccine rollout in Australia, and they think, how is Australia doing so much better than New Zealand, and how is it that Australia is regarded as a shambles? Well, if they're a shambles over there, what would New Zealand be regarded as? We're the second slowest in the OECD, and just this morning, or in fact overnight, sir, we have the warning from the OECD that unless New Zealand speeds up, our economic recovery is at risk. Because, of course, the budget forecasts, and we're in the budget debate, sir, the budget forecasts are predicated, as we heard in question time, on the borders being opened up again from 2022 onwards. And how do we open the borders? Well, we open the borders once we have herd immunity, once we have a good level of coverage in the population for the COVID-19 vaccine. Well, where are we now? The second slowest in the OECD, not at the front of the queue, in fact, right at the back. And here's the thing for the government. Between September and October, for 49 days in a row, 7 days a week, 7 weeks, we're meant to do 76,000 vaccinations a day. 76,000 vaccinations per day for nigh on 50 days in a row. I'm willing to say I don't reckon they'll get there. And what that means is, as the Auditor General warned, is that we will run behind. We will not meet the government's target. And this government has made an absolute fortune, or this government has made it its raison d'etre to not meet targets, whether it's Kiwi Build targets, or whether it's child poverty targets, or climate change targets, or 1 billion trees targets. We don't talk about 1 billion trees anymore. That was another thing that was not mentioned in the budget. Or shovel-ready programs, also something that we haven't reached a target on. We don't talk about the Provincial Growth Fund much anymore because that didn't reach its job targets either. So right across the board, on everything the government seeks to measure itself against, the government has not reached its target, and I don't reckon they'll get there on the vaccine target either. Something very interesting happened last week, and we picked up on it, and the media, ventilated this, which was the government surreptitiously moved the goalposts on the COVID-19 vaccine rollout. Because it used to be, if you went to the Ministry of Health website, you would see the Group 3 rollouts, which is about 1.7 million people. It used to say May, and then of course we got halfway through, or 2/3 of the way through May, and the Group 3 rollout wasn't happening. So surreptitiously in April, the ministry moved the goalposts for Group 3 to late May, and then of course we had the same thing happening with the Group 4 rollout, which went from July until the end of July, which in layman's terms means August, which means a month's delay. And I asked the Minister in question time today whether or not the month's delay to Group 4, which is the general population, the bulk of the population, whether or not that was linked to the national booking system. And he says the answer is no. But of course, the reality is it is. Because the national booking system, this is this newfangled system the government spent the better part of $40 million on, which is meant to allow you to go online and book your vaccine and then book your second shot of the Pfizer dose. That's not ready to go. So we're going to have to wait yet another month for that to start. The booking system's not ready. Group 3 has been delayed. Group 4 has been delayed. And then we found out last week, district health boards don't even know which of their staff members have been vaccinated and which of them haven't. So the vaccine is very important we get it right, and so far the signs are very worrying indeed, Madam Speaker.
I call on Barbara.